All right. Um, Inspired by In the Car with Matt Porter. This is in the wife's car, Scot Davenport. My wife's got the truck. I'm gonna do In the Truck with Scot Davenport. Matt Porter's a local bodybuilder from Oregon. He passed away, but in memory of him, I'm gonna do these videos kind of in the same theme. In the car, in the truck. I'll have to make a little intro like he had. That was pretty cool. But yeah. So wasted a minute on that there. I had someone ask what diet I'm doing, what workout I think I'm doing. And yeah, so Matt Porter, he used to share videos where he would talk about his workouts, his diet, and everything. And they're pretty good videos, you know. I never saw them while he was alive, unfortunately. He'd already passed away before I came across him. My doctor actually told me about him. My doctor's a competitive bodybuilder, Jason Jex, and he's a super awesome guy. Perfect doctor for me because I'm into working out, you know, and so he relates and he understands things, you know, stuff that some people might be concerned about. You don't have to be so concerned about if you're training really hard. He gets the goals and aspirations, you know, if I'm like, hey, I want to do bodybuilding or whatever, he gets it, you know, because he does it. So if you live in Medford, go see him. He's the perfect guy, you know, or wherever you're at, you know, hopefully you can find a doctor like him. Works perfect for me anyway. So everything I'm doing is under the supervision of a doctor, you know, which is important, right? Super important because health is number one. It's the most important thing. And so I transitioned from, you know, someone else asked me too, I thought you were doing strongman. You know, for me, I love the strongman. I tend to respond better to it. I'm more naturally gifted at it. I'm not like super gifted in terms of, I don't think I could be like world class or even national level in strongman or powerlifting. Those guys are beasts, freaking beasts. They're just bigger than me naturally, you know, they just got a bigger frame and everything. They're taller. And my father-in-law, he wanted me to do compete on a national level in strongman, but I told him, I said, man, I'd get destroyed, because I would. I could not be competitive. But locally, I did it, and I was competitive, and it was a lot of fun. That's why I wanted to do it more than anything. It was something different. So mentally, it was stimulating and fun. However, my pursuits of strongman and powerlifting turned out to not be so healthy for me, just because frame-wise, you know, I'm not a 300-pound guy. But I was pushing it. I was pushing it as big as I could get. I think at my very, very biggest, I got up to 284. It's the heaviest I ever stepped on the scale. And my health was not good because of it. My blood pressure got really high. And really, more than anything, it was that, my blood pressure. So that's not healthy. And so, you know, when I used to do jiu-jitsu all the time, my blood pressure was super low. My heart rate was super low. I was super healthy. And so, yeah, got to get lighter because it's healthier. I got a family. It's really important. So I'm going into bodybuilding now. Really kind of inspired by, I was really into bodybuilding when I was a lot younger. And there's a new division called Classic Physique. And that's what I was into, when I was really young, when I was in high school and stuff. I thought that was like, I liked the golden era bodybuilders, right? Like Dave Draper, Arnold Schwarzenegger, kind of that look, where the guys were like bodybuilders, but they were kind of athletic looking still. I like the big bodybuilders, but I never really wanted to pursue that. If there was Classic Physique when I was younger, I would have done that. That's probably what I would have done with my life, to be honest, because I was really into that. But it didn't exist, and I was looking at Jay Cutler, I believe, kind of around the time where I would have been doing it. Jay Cutler was Mr. Olympia. It's like, there's no way I'm doing that to my body. I appreciated it, I admired it, but I got into personal training instead. Back then, that's kind of what I went for as an option, because I wasn't willing to do what it takes to be a Jay Cutler. Not saying I could have been a Jay Cutler, but I do kind of think in some ways I have those types of genetics. In a lot of ways, in bodybuilding, genetics is the most important thing. You got to have the right frame, the right structure. I have really strong shoulders. My shoulders respond really well to training. Legs, I think I could get some pretty great leg development for bodybuilding, and shoulder development in particular. Those two, those are probably my best, honestly. Genetically, I'm not super lean naturally, like top level bodybuilders are, so that's kind of a disadvantage I have genetically, I'd say. But my legs are just shredded all the time. I don't have any fat on my legs, which is kind of unusual, I think, for a lot of people. A lot of people, I think, carry fat in their legs. I don't at all. And so I could appear pretty fat and not be very fat, really, not have a really high body fat percentage, because I just carry it in my torso and my upper body, not my legs at all. I don't know why I'm sharing all this, but I'm gonna get to, this is just stuff you deal with. If you're going into this, I'm deciding to compete in bodybuilding. You got to consider all this stuff, because it might not be for you, right? Like for me, I had to decide, okay, strongman powerlifting's really not for me, because it, even though I'm really gifted at it, I would say it's becomes unhealthy for me personally. Whereas, okay, now I'm going to transition to bodybuilding. I'm going to get lean, do a lot of cardio. That's part of it. And so it's going to be healthier for me. And I think I could do well, but more than anything, I just want to get into my best shape, my own personal best condition that I've ever been in. That's my goal, really. And so a competition helps give me motivation to do that. So on to the workouts. I'm doing right now 40 minutes of cardio a day, really low intensity, just like walking. And then a couple days a week, I do, for weights, I'm doing full body circuit training, which might not seem ideal for bodybuilding, but I've always felt that that was the way to go, the best way to train. I know it's harder to train all your body parts to their maximum that way. It's hard to push yourself. But I feel really good after I do a full body workout. And I've just always believed in that. Your body recovers as a whole, right? So why not train it as a whole? I know there's a lot of reasons why people don't, and that's fine. But I like that that's what I'm doing, and I like that that's unusual. You don't really hear of anybody doing that. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm training in a very unusual way. And I'm doing probably a lot less exercises than most people in competitive bodybuilding. My circuit right now is going to be, I'm going to do it right now actually. And it's going to be, start with leg extensions. I'll do leg extensions first. And I basically go one exercise to the next, non-stop for each kind of body group. So I'll do my legs without any rest. Then I'll rest a little bit. I'll do my chest. I'll rest a little bit. All exercises for chest without rest. Rest a little bit. Then I'm going to do back. Rest a little bit. And then shoulders. Rest a little bit. Arms. And then I probably won't need to rest at all. I'll just go straight and do my abs to finish it. And so I'm not missing anything, which is really good. You know, I'm hitting everything. Not as many exercises as most people, but I'm not going to be neglecting anything. And I respond really well to really low volume training. You got to find what works for you. Luckily, I know that that style works for me. The low volume and high intensity. So my exercises, it's going to be leg extensions, followed by squats, followed by leg curls, followed by calf raises. I am considering throwing some lunges in there. I don't know if I'll do that today. Maybe I'll add those though. I think that's a really good exercise. Maybe not. I don't know. Ronnie Coleman was the king of that. Then for chest, I will do decline bench press followed by decline flies. And that's it. Then for back, I'm going to do pullovers with a dumbbell, barbell rows, and deadlifts. All with no rest. That's kind of the key to that. If I did heavy deadlifts, I wouldn't be able to recover doing multiple workouts per week. But because I do it like in that kind of fashion, like a pre-exhaustion, I could do it. Then for shoulders, I'm going to do lateral raises and then standing dumbbell military presses. I like seated, but I don't have a spot to do them. I like standing though too, so that's fine. That works fine. You can't get hung up on stupid stuff like that. Then I'm going to do easy bar curls for my biceps. And then I'm going to probably do lying disc presses for my triceps. Either that or extensions supersetted with close grip bench press. Lying disc press, though, is my favorite tricep exercise I learned from Josh Bryant. It's amazing. If you've never done it, try it. It's the best exercise I've ever done for triceps. And then I'll do crunches. And that's it. Then I'm going let me tell you what else I do. There's a diet. Because someone asked about that. In the mornings, I do oatmeal with egg whites, and then next meal is chicken breasts with rice or red potato. Then next meal is chicken breast or turkey with rice or baked potato. Protein shake with just 50 grams of protein and a tablespoon of peanut butter. Then I do a chicken breast with rice or red potato again. 40 grams of carbs in that. 50 grams of protein about, I think. 10 ounces, I think, of meat is what I do. And I do it with like hot sauce, or I got the sugar-free barbecue sauce I'm using that's pretty good. It's called Hughes, something Hughes. Lots of diet soda all day. That's what I do. That's kind of how I do it. And then last meal is top round steak with no carbs, just vegetables. I don't even usually eat the vegetables though. But I should, but I just don't. But I can. And that's it. You know, it sounds simple, but the key is just doing it. That's the key. That is the key, is the doing it part. Because there's a lot that goes into it. You know, I'm always cooking stuff. Thank God I have my wife, because my wife helps me. She's cooking for me, helping me to do this, supporting me. Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work getting 6 meals in a day. And if I get behind, it's a pain to eat them all. With my egg whites, I just drink them. And a little trick I learned from Justin Harris is just put a little bit of sugar-free coffee creamer in there and stir it up, and it actually tastes really good. Egg whites, I swear. Carton of egg whites with sugar-free coffee creamer freaking tastes really good. Try it. It's one of my secrets I got from Justin Harris. Yeah, that's about it. It's really simple, but it's just consistency. Consistently doing it every day. And then I also have a low carb day. I don't want to get into that right now. It's got a little more fats. I just have whole eggs basically, and I'll have some cashews on that day and avocado, but no carbohydrates on that day. So I do that every fourth day right now. That's going to change as I need to get leaner, because I need to get super lean for this. But I got 3 months. I'm not super close right now, but I'm not super far off either. I'm not like, you know, in a dramatic... I'm expecting to lose like 20 more pounds, I think. Maybe less, 15 pounds. Hopefully I'll put some muscle on. But, I mean, if I need to get leaner, I need to get leaner. So I got to get shredded, right? And I'm going to get shredded. Trust me. Mark my words, I will get shredded, because that's what I'm here to do, and I'm doing it. I'm taking it really seriously. I'm not trying to embarrass myself in a bodybuilding competition. That's not something I will do, you know. I won't do that. I'm not going to go on stage out of shape. I wouldn't do that. Hopefully I have the look that I want and I look good. I have full confidence, you know, genetically my legs are really good, so I think they're going to look better than they do now, even though I'm tall. My legs are shredded already, but they're going to get bigger. I didn't train my legs for like 3 years, believe it or not. And I'm just starting to train them now. I had a hip injury, but my legs respond really well to training. My back, I think, is going to look good. My shoulders are going to look good. My arms are I'm more concerned about. I have a tougher time with the arms. It's just harder to get a good workout for me for whatever reason. I don't have great genetics for arms. But they're proportionally as big as my calves. So my calves and my arms are the same size, which is what you want symmetrically. And then I think my legs are going to match. My thighs will match my upper body. And then abs is just, I'm not genetically, naturally have great abs, only because I'm not naturally lean. So I just have to get really lean, and I should be good to go. The hardest part for me, I think, is going to be the tanning part and all that stuff. So my wife's going to help me with that, though. She knows about that stuff. So, yeah, like I said, the key, though, is just doing it. That's all it is. It's not that complicated, you know. Consistently doing cardio, consistently lifting weights, do the program that works for you, and do your diet. But doing it is another matter than knowing what to do, and I'm doing it. So I'm going to share updates and stuff like that. If you got any more questions or whatever, just comment and I'll do another one of these videos.